So hello, what's up? Welcome to this English audit revision session for CA final where we are going to revise essay 500 audit evidence. Now sir, before I begin with this session, I hope all of you are already aware that sir, in the playlist designed specifically for the southern parts of India, the students in the southern parts of India who want English lectures, we have already shared the revisions for Essay 200 series, SQC1, Essay 220, and now we are going to begin with Essay 500. Are you people ready? Yes, sir. In this revision, we are going to refer these board notes. These board notes are available on our Telegram channel, Clear CA with Shubham Keswani. Link is in the description. You can join the channel for all audit related updates and to download these class notes. Also, somewhere we'll be referring the book, and at the same time, we'll be covering amazing case study based questions of ICAI. Are you people ready? Yes, sir, we are ready. So talking about SA 500 audit evidence, it is a topic you have already studied in CA Inter holistically. But at CA final level, there are certain topics which are given in your study material and very important from exam point of view. These are the topics which we'll be focusing in this revision. So first of all, asking what is audit evidence? So audit evidence is nothing but the information which will be used by auditor, based on which he will derive the conclusion, and based on the conclusion he will frame the opinion. So remember this three-step process. Audit evidence is the information. On this information he draws the conclusion whether everything is all right or not. Now on the basis of the conclusion he frames his opinion. Now sir, talking about this information, how does the auditor get this information? He gets the information from the entity. This is also called as IPE. Okay, the students who have worked in big four, they know about IPE testing. So IPE is nothing but information produced by entity. Now whenever entity gives you some information, you need to check the information. Check whether the information is complete, check whether the information is accurate. So these are the things you check: completeness, accuracy, and reliability of the information. Come on, completeness, accuracy, and reliability of the information. Now, sir, at CA final level, the major focus is on management expert. The major focus is on management expert. Now, the question comes, who is a management expert? So you can say management expert is a person or an entity. Okay, sir. Whose work has been used by the entity in preparation and presentation of financial statements, plus his expertise is in a field other than accounting and auditing. Sir, we did not understand the concept. Can you revise in a little more detail? Okay. You people have studied AS 10 and AS 16. It talks about the concept of PP. Okay, sir. In this accounting standard, there is a concept of revaluation of PP. Yes, sir. Now, who does this revaluation? Sir, this is done by registered valuer. Whatever value the registered valuer gives, management uses in the financial statements. Okay, sir. One more example, AS 15 and AS 19. Do you people calculate the PVDBO? Sir, what is PVDBO? Present value of defined benefit obligations, like the liability for gratuity, the liability for leave encashment. Do you calculate the present value of these liabilities? Yes, sir. Who calculates these liabilities? It is calculated by actuary. Whatever value is calculated by actuary, management uses it in the financial statement. So can I say registered valuer and actuary are your management expert? Yes. Why they are management expert? They are person or entity. Come on, let me highlight them. They are person or entity whose work has been used in the preparation of financial statement. Yes, sir. Plus their expertise is in a field other than accounting and auditing. Registered valuer is having the expertise in valuation. Actuary is having the expertise in calculations of liabilities. You are getting the point or not? Yes, sir. Now, Baba, tell me one thing. When management can use their work to prepare financial statement, can auditor also use their work as a audit evidence? Yes. He needs to perform the audit procedure to see whether the work is appropriate. He can use the management work as an audit evidence, but for that he needs to perform the audit procedure to see whether the work is appropriate or not. Understood the point still here? Yes, sir. Now, sir, the question comes, the favorite question of ICAI, you can say the 5-star topic. What are the audit procedures when you are using management experts' work as an audit evidence? So first of all, before understanding the work, you need to understand the expert. Sir, whether the expert is competent, capable, Does he have the objectivity or he is biased? So you need to see the competence, capability and objectivity of expert. In short, you can say CCO of the expert. Like in entity, the big people are na CEO, CFO. Similarly, the expert is CCO. CCO means competence, capability and objectivity. This expert should not be biased. Got it, sir? Now, sir, how to understand the CCO of the expert? So to know the competence and capability, it may be that you have a personal experience of working with that expert before. So you can see the personal experience with the expert work. If you don't have the personal experience, you can discuss with the expert. Ask him, are you competent, are you capable? Similarly, you can discuss with others who are familiar with the expert's work. So three things that you can do is use your personal experience. If no personal experience, discuss with the expert, discuss with others who have worked with the expert. Easy, sir. Apart from this, who are the people who are competent? Sir, these are the people who generally have qualification, who are qualified. For example, if I ask you right now, you are a CA finalist. Okay. After clearing the exams, after few months, you will become a chartered accountant. Will there be any change in your facial features? No. Will there be a change in your personality? No. The only change will be degree. That degree will give you the qualification. That degree will make other people understand you are competent. So you can say the people who are competent, they have qualification. So knowledge of experts qualification, or competent people also publish the books and papers. So if he has published some books or papers, you can say the person is competent. So these are the qualities of competent person. How to know the person is competent? Personal experience with the expert. No personal experience, discuss with the expert, discuss with others. Apart from this, how do I know person is competent? Through his qualification or publication of books and papers. Are these basics clear? Yes, sir. These are the points you also need to write in your answer. That's why we have covered them in detail. Now, sir, once you have understood the expert, now you need to understand the work of the expert. So obtaining the understanding of the work of expert. Now in the work, what is that thing that I need to focus on? You need to understand the assumptions and methods used by the expert. Whether these assumptions and methods are generally accepted and appropriate for financial reporting purpose. For example, if you are calculating the present value of gratuity liability, okay, sir, what are the assumptions that you can see? Sir, gratuity is generally paid on retirement, so you can assume the retirement age. It is paid on death, so you can assume the life expectancy. Plus, gratuity liability will be paid in future, so you need to calculate the present value, so you need to assume the discounting rate. So these are the assumptions. You need to understand whether these assumptions are appropriate or not. Similarly, if you have studied Ind AS 19, you know the method to calculate the gratuity liability or these defined benefit obligations in Ind AS 19 is PUC method, project unit credit method. So whether this method is as per applicable FRF or not, this is what you need to see. So whether these assumptions methods are generally accepted and appropriate for financial reporting purpose. Easy peasy, sir. So understood the expert, understood his work. Now you need to see whether the work is appropriate or not. Evaluate the appropriateness of expert's work. How do we evaluate the appropriateness? For this, you need to divide the work into three stages. Stage number one. How does the actuary, okay? You all people have done articleship? Yes, sir. For those who have not done, let me tell you. If I talk about the actuary, he takes the employee data from the client. On that employee data, he applies the assumptions and methods. And once he applies the assumptions and methods, he calculates the liability. He calculates the liability to be shown in financial statement. So the first step is checking the source data. Checking the data used by actuary. So the first thing is source data, checking the completeness of data, all employees are covered. Accuracy of data, it is correct. And relevance of the data, not reliability, relevance. Relevance means temporary workers and interns, these people are not paid gratuity. So only the relevant employees should be included. So in short, you can say we will check the car of data. Sir, what? We will check the car of data. Car means completeness, accuracy and relevance. Now on the data, what does the actuary apply? Focus, assumptions and methods. These assumptions should be relevant and reasonable. Reasonable means, can I assume the life expectancy to be 100 year? No, 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 no. 100 year not possible, sir. Delhi pollution very high. So this assumption and method should be relevant and reasonable. And after the assumptions and methods, whatever are the findings and conclusion, that is the proper liability calculated by actuary, it should again be relevant and reasonable. It should be relevant and reasonable. So divide this work into three stages: source data. On the source data, he applies the assumptions and methods. Then you get the findings and conclusions. Source data ka car. Car means completeness, accuracy, relevance. Assumptions and methods ka RR. RR means relevance, reasonableness. Findings and conclusions ka RR. Relevance and reasonableness. These are the keywords to be properly learned, to be used in the exams. Is everything till here clear? Yes, sir. Please take 2 sips of water. Then we will do a question on this concept. Awesome. Please come to your question bank. We have question number 1. In this question of study material, everyone please focus. You are the auditor of Crocs Limited, which accepted the gratuity liability valuation based on the certificate of a actuary. Can I say actuary is the management expert? Yes, sir. However, auditor noticed that the retirement age adopted by the actuary is 65 year, but the current retirement age is only 60 year. Company is considering to increase the retirement age to 65 years in future. So tell me one thing. Do you think the assumption used in preparing the actuary liability is correct? No, sir, it is not correct. It says comment. So whenever I say give such type of question, first of all, you will write the theory. What audit procedure you will do? First of all, you will understand the expert, CCO of the expert, competence, capability, and objectivity. Second thing, you will understand his work. Third thing, you will see whether the work is appropriate. Now, sir, explain these 3 points briefly. How do you check the competence and capability? Personal experience, discussions with the expert, with others who are familiar with the expert work. See his qualification, publication of books and paper. First point done, done. Then to understand the work, you need to focus on the assumptions and methods, whether they are generally accepted, whether they are as per the financial reporting purpose. Then to see the appropriateness of work, we divide the work into 3 stages. What were the 3 stages? First of all, for data, you need to check the CAR, completeness, accuracy, relevance. Assumptions, methods, RR, relevance, reasonableness. Findings and conclusions, RR, relevance and reasonableness. Then just write the facts of the case in 1 or 2 lines. And lastly, you conclude, because the assumptions and methods are not appropriate, auditor can qualify the report. Auditor can qualify the report. Got the concept? Yes, sir. So if you come to your book, okay, what topics we have covered? We have covered the definition of audit evidence. It includes both the information in accounting records and other information. Objective, you can just take a read, that we want to design the procedure to get sufficient and appropriate evidence so that we can draw reasonable conclusion and frame our opinion. When we consider the audit evidence, we need to consider both relevance as well as reliability. These concepts we have studied in detail in the basics of audit video. Okay, so when I taught you the basics of audit revision, okay, we have covered in the basics of audit revision the meaning of relevance and reliability. Whenever there is a information produced by entity, you check again the completeness, accuracy and reliability of that information. Management expert we have covered in detail. These procedures also we have covered in detail. So I hope till here everything is done. These were the 3 points we discussed. CCO of the expert, competence, capability, objectivity. Understand the work of expert and then see whether his work is appropriate as a audit evidence. Dividing it into 3 stages: data, assumptions and findings. Clear? Clear, sir. Now specifically on the objectivity of management expert, you can have a question in exam. This question was asked in MTP November 24. Very, very important from exam point of view. Please look at the board notes. This topic is covered. Yes, sir. Now everyone please focus. Let's say there is a management expert. Yes, sir. There can be 2 cases. Either he is an employee of the company or he is a consultant. Consultant means an external person. If he is an employee of a company, can the management increase the pressure on him? Yes, sir. Can the management threaten him? Yes, sir. So can I say intimidation threat on his objectivity is very high? Yes, sir, it is very high. But if he is an external consultant, can I say pressure on him will be less? Yes. Threats will be less? Yes. So talking about the expert, there is a possibility of intimidation threat. Intimidation means pressurizing or threatening a person to do something as per the requirements of the management. So if management wants that actuary liability should be this figure, if it is an employee, it can create more threats. But if it is an external consultant, such type of threats will be lesser. So objectivity will not be there. Have you understood this basic? Now understand how ICA frames the answer. Whenever ICA asks evaluating the objectivity of management expert, again an important topic. First of all, you will talk about the different types of threats that we studied in professional ethics. There are circumstances which creates threats to objectivity. What are the threats we studied as SAFI? SAFI means self-interest threat, self-review threat, advocacy threat, familiarity threat, and intimidation threat. So write the name of all the threats: self-interest, self-review, advocacy, familiarity, intimidation. After the threats, you talk about something good. That is the safeguards. So safeguards can help you to reduce the threats, and these safeguards can be created by external and internal structures. Say with me: external, internal, external, internal. You are not doing properly. Bad student. Good students who want to pass the exam, do with me: external, internal. Do with proper ekdam expressions, like good expressions. External, internal, external, internal. Very good. So these safeguards can be through external structures or internal structure. Sir, external means you have to comply with the standards, laws, regulations which are created in the external environment, ठीक है, which are created outside your firm. So management experts PRL requirement, PRL means professional regulation legislation. These are the same terms we use in SQC1. Okay, sir. Then internal regulations. Sir, internal means internal to your firm. Come on. External means external to your firm. Internal means internal to your firm. So management experts work environment which includes quality control, policies and procedure. So to reduce the threats, you need to apply the safeguards. These safeguards can be external structures or internal. External means PRL, professional regulation legislation. Internal means internal quality control policies and procedures of the firm. You need to comply with that. But sir, always remember they can reduce the threat but can't eliminate them. So this is the thing you need to write. Safeguards can't eliminate the threats. Example of such threat is intimidation threat. Intimidation threat will be lesser for an external expert, that is the expert engaged, than the expert employed by the entity. Got it? Got it, sir. So then you conclude threat to objectivity is always present in a employee. So 3 points, I hope it is understood. First of all, talk about circumstance which create threats, give the names of the threats. Then talk about safeguards which can reduce the threats, but safeguards can't eliminate. Example of the threat which can't be eliminated: intimidation threat. So then you say threats to objectivity will always be present. Now, sir, $1,000,000 question. What will the auditor do? ठीक है, what to do as an auditor? So only thing that you can do is discuss the threats, discuss the safeguards. So discuss with the management and expert the interest and relationships which create threats and the safeguards. So the two things which we were talking about here, threats and safeguards, these are the two things you can discuss with the management and expert. Then for interest and relationship, you can give the example of interest: financial interest. Relationship: personal or business relationship, or you can say expert is providing some other services that can also create a threat. So interest and relationship which can create a threat for the expert. Financial interest: expert is having some financial interest in entity. Personal or business relationship with the entity, or he is providing some other services. Clear? So a quick summary of this topic, revision. Whenever I say ask you about the objectivity of the management expert, these are the points you need to write in your answer. First of all, talk about threats. Circumstances which create threats to his objectivity, self-interest, self-review, advocacy, familiarity, intimidation, threat. After the threats, you talk about safeguards. Safeguards which can help to reduce the threat. These safeguards can be external, that means professional standards, regulation, legislation, or it can be internal, that is quality control policies and procedures, same as your SQC1 ka concept that we study. Then sir, safeguards can reduce but they cannot eliminate the threat. So the in case of an expert engaged by entity, threats to objectivity will be lesser than the expert employed. Always remember, threat will always be present. What can the auditor do? Discuss. Discuss with the management and expert interest and relationships which create threats and safeguard to the threats. Example of interest and relation: financial interest, personal or business relation, and other services. Enjoyed this topic? Yes, sir. If you are liking this video, make sure you put a like on this video so that it can reach other CS students also, because if you help others, God helps you. Okay? So now coming to the question bank, there is a direct question on this concept. Question number 3. So question number 3, as you can directly see, kindly guide the partner and Mr. Shreyansh with respect to the requirements of evaluating objectivity of the management expert. So as you can see, it is a direct question of objectivity. These are the points that we just discussed, which are written in this answer. Okay. So mostly your essay 500 is done. Last one topic says whenever there is an inconsistency, okay? Whenever there is an inconsistency or there is a doubt about the reliability of audit evidence. Sir, inconsistency or doubt means, for example, company's inventory as per the books of account is 1 crore. But when you physically verify the inventory, you see that the inventory that is obsolete or damaged, its value is not adjusted in the financial statement. Oh. So when you see that obsolete or damaged inventory's value is not adjusted in financial statements, that means books of accounts are not proper. There is an inconsistency. Now there is a doubt also. What you will do? Sir, we will inquire from the management about this damaged inventory. We will do further verification of inventory. So basically, whenever there is an inconsistency about audit evidence, modify or perform additional audit procedure. You modify your procedure or you perform additional audit procedure. So with this, essay 500 is complete. Just for safety point of view, even though this topic is not there in your study material, okay, but question has been asked on this topic last in November 18 exam. Okay, last in November 18 exam, ICA has asked a question on this topic. So if you want from safety point of view, you can cover this additional topic. Okay, take 2 sips of water. Awesome. So this is this question from audit pronouncement that I am discussing. This question asks you a direct question. What are the matters that can affect nature, timing, and extent of audit procedures when you are using the work of management expert? So basically, when the auditor is using the work of management expert, audit procedures we know, that understand the expert CCO, then understand the work of the expert, evaluate whether the work is appropriate as audit evidence. Those 3 procedures we studied. But when you are performing this procedure, what are the matters that affect the nature, timing, and extent of procedure? Those matters we are going to discuss now. So everyone please focus on the board. The first matter is complexity of matter. Generally, you use the work of management expert when the matter is complex. Okay. Then you consider the risk of material misstatement. If the risk of material misstatement is high, you will perform more testing over the expert's work. Then, sir, you see alternate source of evidence. Whether any alternate source of evidence is available. For example, rather than management expert, you can take help of any auditor expert. You can appoint your own actuary to take the help. Okay, sir. Apart from this, to understand the nature of the work, you can get to know about the nature, scope, and objective of management expert work. What is the work he's dealing with? Then only you can draft your own procedures. Got it, sir? Then, sir, to evaluate the objectivity of the expert, you need to ask whether the expert is employed or he is an external expert. That means a party engaged to provide the services. Okay? Because this objectivity will help you understand the extent to which management can exercise the control over the expert work. So if the objectivity is lesser, you will have to perform more testing. As an auditor, you will have to perform more testing. Your extent of testing will increase. So these are certain matters which affect your nature, timing, and extent of procedure. Now, sir, linking these matters in a logical manner. First of all, question asks you matters which affect the nature, timing, and extent of audit procedure when you are using the management expert work. So for which matters you use the expert work? Complex matter. So the first point is nature and complexity of matter. Now, whenever thing is complex, risk of material misstatement is high. So the second point is you consider the risk of material misstatement. Now, understand the feel of the topic. Matter is complex. Risk of material misstatement is high. Is it creating a fear in the auditor? Yes, sir. So auditor says, leave this evidence. Show me some alternate evidence. Show me some alternate evidence. So the third point is any alternate source of evidence. Management says, no, no, no. We don't have any alternate source of evidence. Okay. Then you say, okay, show me management experts agreement. Through that agreement, what you will see? Two things: nature, scope, and objective of management expert work. Second thing you will see in the agreement is whether the expert is employed or he is a party engaged to provide the services. This thing will help you know how much the management can control the expert's work. So this is a logical way where you can interlink the 6 points: complexity of the matter, risk of material misstatement, you got fear, you ask for alternate source. No alternate source, see the management expert agreement, see the nature, scope, and objective of the work, and at the same time see the fifth thing, whether expert is employed or is a external party. This will help you know how much control can management exercise over the expert. Okay, so these are the 5 to 6 matters we have covered, again from safety point of view. That's it. So with this, SA 500 revision is complete. Okay, so these were your topics which are given in your ICS study material. All the concepts done, all the questions done. I hope you enjoyed the revision. If you liked it, do give it a like. If you are new to this channel, do subscribe it. And yes, whatever is your feedback, do share in comments, because your appreciation is my motivation. Keep studying with happiness, then only we progress.